Friends, before starting the topic, I would like to share a small story. I would like to share the story of Banwari Devi, a woman from Rajasthan. She was no other than a woman employed in one of the wing to stop the menace and to curb the menace of child marriage. She was employed to do her job in order to spread awareness as well as to restrain child marriages. So on a particular task, when she was being employed to make awareness and to spread awareness in the village where a child marriage of a 9-month-old child was going to take place, she was there, and when she made her submissions, but no one heard her submissions and no one tried to restrain. And moreover, she was being outcasted later on because she was from a lower caste, and the people who were going to get married of the little child was of a higher caste, and this caste system had also paved way in this whole menace. So later on, she was being gang raped and she was unable to prove her case as all the evidences were against her. But later on, she received justice, and this led to the guidelines, the Vishaka Guidelines. But even after the framing of the guidelines, the Vishaka Guidelines, these were not being properly implemented. So then the legislative intent was in order to frame an act which will provide a woman working in a workplace will be helped in against the sexual harassment that takes place against her. That act was the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. So the act I would like to talk about is about this act. So this act has been formulated as it has been seen that the most Indian employers had not implemented the law despite the legal requirement that any workplace with more than 10 employees need to implement it. And it had also been seen that it has seen that woman's violation, if a woman is not being protected from the sexual harassment, it is against Article 14 and 15 as well as Article 21, which says that it gives right for her life and dignity, for her to live in with her rights and dignity. And if her rights are not being properly held, then that will be a legislative as well as a constitutional failure. So in regard to this, it has also been saying the sexual harassment is against the human rights. Human rights conventions have deliberately said that the sexual harassment that takes place occurs in a workplace. It is a very big menace which needs to be curbed and has to be taken up in a very stringent manner. So it is that after this whole case had shook India and has made an awareness, so the workmen's harassment of women at the workplace, this act has been brought up where a woman has her protection. She can take protection and guidance under this particular act. Now we have seen that the implementation of various acts are very much troublesome, but we can also see that this act implies not only any other department, it also includes hospitals, nursing homes, educational institutions, sports complexes, etc. So there are various organizations where, whether in private or in public, women are subjected to sexual harassments. Now regarding the proving of the matter, at times we have seen there are false sexual harassment cases made by women. So we will come and cover that topic in a different video. But today I would literally like to talk about the women who are actually deliberately, they suffer from the menace of sexual harassment. So I would also like to talk about a topic which is the quid pro quo harassment. This is an harassment where a person in authority whether it's a supervisor or manager or in a condition who is in an upper position, holds a job's benefits, promotion or continued employment on an employee's willingness to engage in sexual favor. An employee subject to unwelcome sexual advances or request for sexual favor in exchange for professional opportunity or benefits. Now, if somebody is compelled, whether under implicit or an explicit threat or conditional benefit or opportunity or unwelcome sexual advances or request, or there is a power imbalance where it creates a hostile environment for a woman, and then these particular conditions will be held as sexual harassment under this particular Act of 2013. So women are given the benefit of this particular act who are working in any hostile condition and they are not getting the proper equality or opportunity in their own employment. So this act will help a woman to further make her position secure in the institution or organization. But this particular act should not be misused by any of the women, and that should also be taken care by the legislatures, because in case of any false sexual harassment cases, so the proving of the particular fact by a man will not be possible. So in this regard, there has to be a balance maintained, and regarding the protection of the woman, I would like to very much clearly state that the Honorable Supreme Court has taken proper steps regarding the Vishaka Guidelines as well as the legislatures by implementing this particular act. So hope you have learned something from this particular act and you will implement in your employment, as well as stay alert and always work in a very peaceful atmosphere. Thanks for watching the video.